All right, so we're on to our second lesson for today. So we're looking at simple trinomials and how to factor them. So I'm just going to pull this up. So I know the word simple is in there. It might not all be simple to everybody. What they're referring to is when you have your equation in an expanded form like this, or standard form is what it's called. It means that there's no number at the front. So it does kind of make your life a little bit easier. So if we look at these two, we're going to look at the first one and we're going to expand it. So it's in the factored form at the moment, but we're going to expand it just to see what is happening exactly. So we've got x times x times 2, which is plus 2x, 3 times x, which is 3x, and then 3 times 2, which is 6. Okay. So then we put our like terms together. So x squared plus 5x plus 6, which, as you can see, is the exact same answer that we have here in the standard form. So when we have a trinomial form, so that means that there's 3 terms in our expression or equation. So here is this value right here, this number right here, not with the x, but just the value, is b. Okay, and then this guy is c. So this is just for future reference. Okay, so our first step to factoring these are to make sure that it's equal to 0, so that it's in our standard form of ax squared plus b squared plus b times x and then plus c. Okay. Our next step is going to be to make sure that there isn't a greatest common factor. So remember that you have to look for your common factor first and do that, and then you can move forward. The next to check is if it's a difference of squares. So we noticed earlier that a difference of squares, you can square root both your terms. There are only 2 terms and it's separated by a subtraction. Okay, then you have to find the 2 numbers that multiply to c. So that's this last number here, and the 2 same numbers that add to b. So this number right here. And then from there, you use these 2 numbers in the brackets as binomials. Okay, so I'm going to erase this and we're going to do a few examples. Okay, so example number 1, factor the following simple trinomial. So x squared minus 3x minus 18. So we look at the format. The format is exactly how we want it to be. There's no common factors, and it's not a difference of squares because there's this minus 3x that's in the middle. So we need to find 2 numbers that are going to multiply to c. So c in this case is negative 18. So keep in mind that your sign stays with your number. And then that add to b, so negative 3. Okay, so I'm going to type it out just so I don't have to worry too much about it. Okay, so factors of 18. So 18, we have 1 and negative 18. We have a negative 1 and 18. We have 2 and negative 9 that multiply and give us negative 18. We have negative 2 and 9. We have 3 and negative 6. And we have negative 3 and 6. So all of these can be multiplied to give you negative 18. Now what you have to do from there is you want 2 numbers, so these 2 numbers, to add to negative 3. So if we do 1 plus negative 18, that gives us negative 17. That's not even close to what we want. If we are to do negative 1 plus 18, that gives us positive 17. That's still not negative 13 or negative 3. 2 take away 9 is negative 7, so still not the answer that we want. Negative 2 and 9 gives us positive 7. 3 and negative 6 gives us negative 3. And this is exactly what we want. We want something that's going to add to give us negative 3. So our two numbers are these guys. So I'm going to highlight them. So these are our two numbers that we need. Okay, so they multiplied, they gave us negative 18. When we added them, they added to negative 3. And then that's the hardest part. So now the easy part is you just put them in brackets. So you have your brackets like so. You're going to put X's at the front. And you're going to take those two numbers and put them in each in a bracket. So this one is plus 3. And this one is negative 6. And that's it. So the hardest part, like I'm saying, is finding those two numbers. It might take you a while to use the calculator, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. So we're going to look at example 2. So we have our equation here, trinomials. We have x squared plus 11x plus 24. So the format is good. There's no common factor, and it's not a difference of squares. So we're good. So now we have to find two numbers that multiply to C. So C is our last number here, so 24. And that add to B. So B is this number, so 11. Okay, so we're going to do the exact same thing we did before. So I'm going to type them out. So two numbers that multiply to give us 24. So we have 1 and 24. We have negative 1, negative 24. We have 2 and 12, negative 2, negative 12, 3 and 8, negative 3, negative 8. So the reason why those negatives are there is because if you do a negative times a negative, it gives you a positive answer. So it is still a possibility. And then you want to add them. So if you do 1 plus 24, is it going to give you 11? No, it's going to give you 25. You do negative 1 plus negative 24, that's going to give you negative 25. So again, not what we want. 2 plus 12 is 14. We're looking for 11, still not where we need it to be. This is negative 14. We do 3 plus 8, that's 11. So you can stop there. You don't need to keep adding. So this is what we need. Those are our two numbers. And then all you do is you do your brackets. Oh, I didn't mean to do yellow. So you do your two brackets. You're going to do x plus the first number. And then x plus our second number that we found. And that's it. That is our answer. So I'm going to erase this. And we have a third example before you try it on your own. Okay, so we're looking at this. The format is good. We have everything that we need. There's no common factor. We have the middle number, so it's not a difference of squares. So we're going to use two numbers that multiply to get us this. So again, remember that your sign goes with it. So negative 26. And then we look at B. So B, again, the sign goes with it. So negative 5. And you're going to find your numbers. So we need to think of two numbers that multiply to give us negative 26. So we have oh no, that's supposed to say 36. Oh no. Okay, so I'm just going to erase this real quick. So this is supposed to say negative 26 for you here. All right, sorry about that. My dog was barking, so I had to turn it off because I'm sure you guys wouldn't want to listen to her barking a whole bunch. So I did the two numbers here that will multiply to get to negative 36. Now you need to add them to figure out which ones add to get to number 5 or negative 5. So 1 minus 36 is negative 35. Negative 1 plus 36 is 35. 2 plus negative 18 is negative 16. 3 plus negative 12 is negative 9. 4 plus negative 9 is negative 5. And that's where we stop. That is our answer that we want. Okay, so our two numbers are going to be added into our brackets, and that is your factored form. That is all you've got to do. So we've got x plus 4 and x minus 9. Okay, and that's it. I wish you luck, and hopefully it's simple enough for you.